Hey, what's up? Today I want to be showing you how to set up your Zapier MCP and connect to your PMGPT agent so that your agent can book appointments onto your client's Google Calendar as well as sending confirmation emails. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So the first thing you want to do is set up our Zapier MCP. For that, I'm simply just going to go to mcp.zapier.com, click enter, and I've already got one set up here, client calendar, and we'll create a new one. So for you, you're just going to see new MCP server. Click on that, and for a client you're going to scroll all the way down until you see others and just click on that. And for the name, we can name it something like PMGPT booking agent, create an MCP server. So now we have a brand new one. Now the first thing we really want to do is set up our Google Calendar. So we'll click on add tools and we'll go to Google Calendar, and the ones that we're going to be selecting are, I have a little list here on the side. Find events, select that. Create detailed events, quick add events, delete events, find busy periods in calendar. That's very important. An update event. And then simply just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now from here, we'll simply click on connect, and these are connected. Now the next thing we want to do is add tools. And for this one here, I'll select Gmail. And I will want to have send email. I click connect. Now you may need to connect your own accounts. So for Google Calendar, if it's asking to connect an account, you want to choose the one that your client is using, right? And the same thing for Gmail as well. Now for this one here, send email is all good. We can even configure this further. Configure. So as you can see, all of these I've just left it as is. Have AI generate a value for this field. So usually for you might need to reconnect it and then just go through the steps, the prompts, and then that'll be that. And then just click save. So right now we've got these two sorted. Now the next thing we're going to do is, so the Google Calendar is pretty much going to give the agent the ability to do all these things. So find events, find busy periods, delete events, create detailed events, quick add events, and update events. For Gmail, this is literally just for the booking confirmation email to be sent out. So we've set this up. This is pretty simple. Now all we're going to do is hand over to connections, and then right here is where you have your server URL. So you want to copy this one, and I'll show you how to set this up. Now I'm going to reset this one here, so it's okay if it's not covered up, just to let you know. Now once you've copied the URL from here, you head over to PMGPT, and I'm going to create a brand new agent. I'm going to name this one YouTube tutorial booking agent. Now for prompt engineering, AI settings, I'm going to have it as 5.1 instant. That's just my preference. And then we're going to scroll all the way down to greetings and conversation starters. And right here is this welcome message. I'm just going to type in welcome to Dynamic Dental. How can we help you? And then further down here under system prompt, this is where you would drop in your prompt. I already have one already that I'm just going to copy on over. So I'm going to actually leave this down below on this video. So you can actually take this, go to ChatGPT or whichever you're using, drop it in and say, hey, adjust this slightly for my niche, and then it'll do its thing. But pretty much what this prompt does, right, it has some good steps in here. So calendar settings, always use calendar Asta. So what you want to do is you want to ensure that you explain to it what calendar you want it to use, right? So if you have several calendars connected to that one, so that the AI doesn't question the user and say, hey, on what calendar you want me to check the availability, it's always good to have this in here. So I got mine here to make sure it always checks Asta Sona. Never ask the customer which calendar to use. Time zone, always include time zones in all date and time queries. This ensures that there is no double booking and things like that if there's from different time zones. Shouldn't really be, because everyone should be in the same place, but it's precaution. And then the booking flow. So like ask for their full name, ask for the email or phone number, ask for the appointment, what the appointment is, such as clean, checkup, consultation, etc. Ask what day works best for them. You can even include things such as how long each service takes. So this is just the main prompt, but for like it's service knowledge base, right? So if they're asking questions about how long does the cleaning take, or how long does a checkup take, or things like that, what does it include, you can also put this in here and add it to it, or whatever it is for your niche and industry. Then we're gonna have the booking flow. So you ask the questions here, consultation, availability check, which is critical. Before suggesting or booking anytime, you must use find busy period in calendar with time zone Pacific Fiji. Use the calendar as a Sona. So pretty much what it's doing is it's specifying, it's explaining that the agent needs to use the Zapier MCP functions. Like, it needs to actually use them to really get the best results. Now for booking, only after confirming the time slot is free, use quick add events. So again, it's going through the different tools, the different selections that we have here in the Zapier MCP, right here in config, all of these things. It's explaining what to use and when to use it. Okay, so confirmation after booking, confirm date and time, appointment type, you'll receive a confirmation email shortly. And that's why we have the Gmail right here. So it actually is able to send the email, not just say so. Then for the business hours, we'll have Monday to Fridays, 9 to 5 p.m. free time, close on weekends, appointment duration, default 30 minutes unless otherwise specified. So this is where you would specify the different times it would take for each service so that the agent is aware of that. Now for the rules, one question at a time. This is one important to me, personally through preference, because I don't like it when the agent asks all the questions in one single message block. I prefer it's like, hey, what's your name? User answers, what time do you want to book, or what is it for? Each question at a time, rather than just one big block. Always verify availability before booking. Good. Never assume a time is free. Always check first. Be warm and professional. So this is the default. This is what I'm going to give you. You can then adjust this for your own niche, business, or brand. And then again, what you can do is you can add further information in here about your business if you want your agent to be answering on that. This here right now is just an example specifically for booking. But if you, again, want to have the agent answer questions on all sorts of things, then you would want to include this here as well. Perfect. So now what we need to do is, I'm just going to create this agent. YouTube. Okay, perfect. Edit. And I'm going to go down to, from the engineering, MCP integrations. I'm going to use this one right here. Used for both text conversation and voice mode with OpenAI, MCP integrations. Connect your AI assistant to external data sources and tools using Model Context Protocol. So right here under MCP integration, I'm going to click on Add MCP Connection. And then for this, I'm going to choose Zapier because we are using Zapier today. The name, I'm going to just have as calendar. And then the server URL is what we will post in here. Oh, that's not the one. That's because I cut the prompt over. We're going to go to configurations, connect, copy URL, and then paste it in here. Again, this is going to be deleted, so don't even try and use this. Then we got the SSE server URL for voice mode. So if you want to use voice mode, this is where you would do this. And then for authentication, leave it as none. Add connection. MCP connection added successfully. So right now, another important thing is discover tools. So we can make sure everything is working. Discovered 9 tools from MCP server, and we can look at them right here. So these are all the tools that we have selected in the Zapier. Perfect. So all we gotta do now is update the agent, make sure it's saving. I am a little bit paranoid, so I like to double check if everything is saving correctly. It is. Perfect. So all we gotta do now is just preview. So let me pull over my calendar, find it first. So this is my calendar right here. As you can see, there's nothing in there. I'm simply gonna go over and preview this agent right now. And I'm gonna say, I want to book. So it's saying, welcome to Dynamic Dental. How can we help you? I'll say, I want to book. Give it a moment. I can help with that to get started. What's your full name? So I'll just say Asta. So and this is what I mean by asking each question individually. It's just a lot better than looking like a big block of text and saying, oh, it wants my name, it wants my email, it wants my phone number, all of that stuff. Thank you, Asta. What's the best contact for you? Email or phone number? I'm gonna choose email. So again, very important. You can add tools so that it will send you an SMS or so. But if you're using just email, like in this instance, you would want to specify that in the prompt. So if the agent is ever behaving in a way that you don't like it to behave, is almost always the prompt. So in this example, I would usually go back to the prompt, say, hey, for confirmation or contacting, whatever it is, only emails, no SMS, no calls, nothing else. So for this one, I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm just gonna say email. I'm actually gonna just give my email, which is marketfj@gmail.com. This is just an example. Okay, so it's taking my email now. Thanks, Asta. What is this appointment for? Cleaning, checkup, or consultation? I'll just say cleaning. Cleaning, please. Thanks, Asta. What day would you like to come in for your cleaning? We're open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Fiji time. I'll just say Tuesday, 3 p.m. Now, sometimes when you say just Tuesday, it'll specify, like it'll ask you to specify. It'll be like, hey, do you want on the 6th or do you want on a different Tuesday? So just to speed up this process, I'm just saying 6, 3 p.m. So it's just straightforward. So the reason why it's taking a bit of time is because right now it's checking through the tools. So there's a whole process going on in the background. That's the only, it takes a few seconds longer. But honestly, for what it does, it's incredible. you're all set, Asta. I've booked your cleaning for Tuesday, January 6th, and you'll receive a confirmation email shortly. Perfect. So now if we go to my Google Calendar, we can see 3 p.m. dental cleaning appointment. Amazing thing. And then let me see if I can pull up my Gmail so I can show you my email as well that it has sent it. In fact, yeah, right here. Let me just drag this on over. And as you can see, hi Asta, your dynamic dental appointment is confirmed. Appointment type cleaning, date, time, location. If you need to reschedule, please reply to this email. Best regards, Dynamic Dental. Okay, so that's absolutely incredible. Let me just move this back over here. Now, what we can do is, let's just close this off, right? And let's say 3 p.m. dental on 6th Tuesday. So I'll do another preview, and I'm gonna say I'd like to book. Is the of this month available at 3 p.m. on Tuesday? Again, you'll get it. I'm just being a little bit extra thorough, so this is a sped up process and we're not hung up on it going back and forth asking the same questions. But yeah, so I'd like to book. It's the 6th of this month available at 3 p.m. Thanks for each other. I can have the first minute. So it's gonna go ask me about my name. Okay, that's because of the prompt again. So I'll just say Asta. We might have to change up the email though. Let's say asta@gmail.com. I'm just using a random email now. We know that the email thing works. I've shown it to you, so now we don't have to be as strict with that. I'll say checkup. So it shouldn't, unless you specify in the prompt where you're like, hey, listen, you can have one of each. You can have one cleaning, one checkup, whatever, because there are several people in the dental clinic. But for this case, I've just had it like specifically like one person at a time. Maybe it's a single individuals are in the clinic. That time is unavailable. The closest available 30-minute times. The closest available 30-minute times that are 2:30, 3 p.m. or 3:30 to 4 p.m. on Tuesdays, January 6th, Fiji. Which would you prefer? So it actually knew for a fact that this slot was not available, which is incredible. It prevents a double booking. But again, if you need to book on the same time, because there are different services and each service can handle each person, let's say 3 p.m., you can have a clean, you can have a consultation, you can have an operation, whatever it is, then you can just specify that in the prompt and that'll take care of that. Agent working, let me just go back to Zapier and you can see here in the history. So if you're ever not sure if something is working, you can go to history and you can actually look if it's acting. So Google Calendar, find busy periods of calendar, quick add, send email, find busy periods in calendar. So it shows exactly what has happened, the steps that it has taken. So for example, if you're running your agent and something is not happening, let's say, I'll give you a great example. When I was testing this, I had a little bit of a problem. It was double booking, right? And I was like, okay, so what is the issue? Is it just not triggering the tool? So I went to check and it did say find busy periods in calendar. So I knew that the issue was not in the tool. It was being executed, but it was with the logic of the agent in the prompt. And so I was able to fix that, which is why the prompt in itself is so important. But yes, that is exactly how you do it. Yes, there you go. The agent can book appointments, amend appointments, check availability, and send confirmation emails. All super easy. The setup in itself is extremely easy. I hope you found this helpful. I will leave the prompt down below in the description or in the comments, and as well as the tools for MCP. So you can just, amend it however you need for your business, your client's business, or your niche. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. This is the first video for PMGPT of 2026. Hope you enjoyed it. There's more to come. Feel free to join our communities, and I'll catch you later.